Good evening and welcome to a demo run on a backyard 24th scale crawler course. We're going to be testing the general course construction, scoring, use of gates, and comparing three different SEX 24s against each other. A fairly highly modified full-bodied rig against a lightly modified rig with an open body compared with a stock one. First up, we have Rusty Joe. This is a lowered SEX C10. It's running Rocklux tires, which are the smallest tires you can get. Upgraded front servo, all aluminum linkage. Still running the original stock motor, though. What we expect out of this truck is decent stickiness. And very good stability. This truck is nice and low, shouldn't flip over a lot. Oh, but we're already taking a gate penalty. One of the big problems this truck has is wheel clearance. The body really does cover up a lot of these wheels, which makes it extra difficult to get up onto obstacles. Here he has cleared the first gate, though, taking the 2 points off for progress. This front section here is unexpectedly tricky. There's kind of a horn of cement that's right where you want your rig to be to position for these gates. And Rusty Joe is showing some of the problems, having a low build, already kind of high centered, making it very difficult to position. Looks like he's got a good spot, though. This is a very difficult section. It's a completely off-camber climb. There's some extra ridges of brick you can try and hang on to, but it's very difficult to transition to this top section without falling off the course, and indeed, that's what's happened. He did clear the gates without touching them, though, which is good, and probably something we'll need to address for future runs. There was no out-of-bounds established, so since Rusty Joe happened to land on all 4 wheels, he's gone around again, taking no extra penalties. This gate is dead already. He's taken a penalty for it, so now it's just a question of can he get back up to the top part of the course without taking any other resets. Here he is trying to get a wheel up on that cement horn to avoid being high-centered again. And again, with the delicate positioning of the wheels here, trying to get through the gates and up in such an orientation that you can climb up to the top of the course. Let's see, having some difficult control, bouncing around a little. He's through the gates, managed to not incur any other touches. This is a very difficult section. See if he can get balanced up on that flat rock. No, he is off, taking a reset. Now this notch is also a bit of an issue. You can't really crawl over it. You've kind of got to pop over and let inertia take you, and then hope you don't get crossed up in the landing area. There's a nice tire stealing gap. This is the highest gate of the course. Another tricky bit, kind of an off-camber turn. You've got to see if you can get that truck. Oh, he is pointed exactly in the wrong direction. It's going to be very difficult to get back up on the flat section without falling off. Ooh, he's maneuvering and no. Taking another reset. Well, it should be a quick, easy run to the bottom, and oh boy. That is a bit of an issue. Oh, and he's touched the gate. Another 10 points. That's gotta feel bad. You do not need to come that close to that gate on that run. Now we're climbing back up into the southern section of the course, running parallel to the end of the first section. And no drama, able to get up onto the course. Now just trying to get around a little obstacle here to get into the last gate, and definitely tough to get the front end of the truck around that topmost rig. You're almost certainly going to end up dangling a wheel into the abyss. A real problem for high travel trucks, probably not going to be much of an issue for Rusty Joe. And there's that wheel dropping into the gap, but the truck remains planted. We did touch the gate, though. So took the penalty for touching the gate, but we're going to get some progress points, and he has not flipped. Let's see if we can just exit the course, and yes, he is across the last gap, made it out. Final score, 29 points, being the first card ever go through. A little hard to compare that against other things. Now here we have Redbolt. Redbolt is a completely stock SCX24 Deadbolt. This comes with the bigger set of tires of most of the SCX24s, so we should have less of an issue with ground clearance. You should be able to get over obstacles a little better, but they do tend to be a little tall and bouncy, which makes them easy to flip, a little hard to control. Here we're trying to get through the first gate, and again we've got a gate touch. This climb onto these first couple bricks doesn't look like much, but it's not a traditional V-notch. There's a little edge that just wants to suck that back wheel in, lift the front up into the air, which makes it really hard to steer and control. But there he has bounced up to the rest of the course, having no problems with that cement horn in the middle, threading the needle through the next gate. Can we get a progress without falling off? There is gate progress. Ooh, he is hanging. This does not look recoverable. And nope, we're going to have to take a reset here. Alright, coming back in on the upper section, we've got a little gap to shoot, and then it's around to the top. Oh! Now see, here's where the high center of gravity comes into issue. The truck just bounced cleanly off of the course rather than settling back into that little V-notch there. Let's see if we can get up and around this highest off-camber gate. Pretty good traction with these Nitto tires. They do pretty good on rock, and there it is. Through and around. Got the gate progress, took no penalties. Oh, and again, this was a silly recovery. Just came off with one tire off the side instead of going both tires straight off the bottom, and took a recovery. Alright, let's see if we can get through the rest of the run without having to flip this truck back over on its wheels too many more times. Up to 15 points already. Not doing so bad. Having some issues getting wheels caught in these gaps. Ooh, and there's another reset up to 20 points. Let's see if we can clear this last gate. Of course, Rusty Joe was not able. Oh, and another reset, 25. This is starting to get a little more embarrassing. So we try to clear this section yet again. Let's see if we can get around the go and a gate touch. It's very, very difficult. There's not a lot of room. Oh, and another reset. Up to 40 points, clearly behind Rusty Joe, and definitely what we expected out of the stock rig. Good traction, good out-of-the-box performance, but definitely a high center of gravity and a lot of flipping it back up onto its tires by hand. Ooh, there's up over the last section, definitely did hit that dead gate. But we're through, we've got progress, and it looks like he is transitioning off the course. Final score 38 points, putting it in second so far. Last competitor, the Rat. This started life as an SCX C10 with a Model A rat rod body put onto it. This is running full jib, no springs at all on this build, which puts it very, very low, very little dampening, and we've got a gate touch already. Few mods to this one. There's a little brass in the front of it, and it's running a Powerhobby's motor. A little hotter, a little faster, a little more wheel speed than the stock motor, but also a little harder to control. It wants to leap more than crawl sometimes. Here we are getting those mud boggers hooked onto the cement horn, getting through the bottom gate, trying to keep the wheels onto the course. See if we can be the first rig to get up through the second gate without incurring any resets. And, ooh, hanging right on the edge. It is really tough to manage traction as it shifts from wheel to wheel. And looking pretty grim here. We're hanging, and yep, there's a reset. Up to 11 points. Here we are, back up and out of that second gate, avoiding the tire grabbing gap. Shooting across the top, no problem there. Look at how nicely planted it stays. No bouncing or flipping here. You can see how the rat rod body provides really good wheel access. Body is not going to get hung up on much. Oh, there's through the last gate, but fall, requiring a reset. Let's go down the top of the course. Great, another gate progress there. Back around and climbing up the southern section. Not expecting much issues for the rat here. Nothing in this section will get it twisted up enough to threaten it to flip. And those boggers get pretty good traction, pretty good for doing little chin-ups onto these bricks. Here we're approaching the last gate. Let's see, can it get up and over this log without disturbing the gate on the other side of it or falling off of the course? Ooh, we're hanging. That one wheel has dropped, and there's the gate touch. But we are up onto the surface without needing a reset. If we can get some progress, we might be able to launch over that gap and finish up. And yep, there we go. The last competitor has crossed the last gate with only 18 points. That brings our final results up to the Rat in first place with 18, Rusty Joe in second with 29, and Deadbolt bringing up the end with 38. I hope you had as much fun with this as I did. Thanks. Bye.